If you're new here, I'm Allie. I'm a fiance, a student, and a women's coach, and I wanted to do a quick little video today on average dating. I want to know what's wrong with average. Take a look out your window. What makes the world turn, what makes this population keep going are average people. So why don't average people want to date each other? What's wrong with it? I believe a huge contributing factor to this have it your way dating culture is our consumerist economy that we see in the West. If you want to buy something specific to your requirements, customized just the way you like it, you can go out there and you can get it, and you can get it quickly. And we're so accustomed to this that when that doesn't translate to interpersonal relationships, we don't know how to act. I see it on both sides of the aisle. I see it with men and I see it with women. Because I'm a women's coach, I get a bit more insight on how it impacts women. My clients that succeed the most in dating are the ones that can say, you know what? He doesn't check all my boxes, but I've had a really wonderful date and I'd like to get to know him more. If you stay focused on the boxes, you're never going to get to the man. You're never going to get to the husband. You're never going to get to the kids, if that's what you so choose. If you want to be single for the rest of your life, go ahead, do it, girl. Autonomy is important. But for those of you that want to settle down, you might want to consider, am I setting my standards too high? Can you get the man that you want with what you have to offer? You have to bring something to the table, and no, you are not the table. Men also need to bring things to the table as well. I don't want to sit here and put this all on women. You need to know how to cook and clean and child rear and be nurturing and be successful and be fit. No. It applies to both sides. I think what you really need to make a relationship work is a willingness on both parts to continuously improve yourselves. Because if you can continuously improve yourselves, you continuously improve your relationship. Nobody wants to be with someone that's stagnant. So we talked about some things that women can bring to the table, but a lot of women sadly don't. There comes a point in most people's lives where their personalities stop developing because they've reached their pinnacle of adversity. It's over, it's done. They've already done the hardest thing that they could ever do in their lives. And so there's no real need to continue to grow and develop. But that presents a problem when a woman is coming from a sheltered life because she goes out there to date and all she has to say is, well, I was born, surely someone will want me. That's not how that works. You want to be physically attractive to a degree, within reason. Men usually have reasonable standards. I think we can all agree that porn stars look a little bit cartoonish. They just want a natural-sized woman. Don't get caught up in the physical attraction. Try to look your best in a way that's reasonable to sustain. You want to have a decent personality because if he can't hang out with you for the rest of his life, then there's no real incentive to marry you. And you want to see that you two can have some decent conversations. Are you going to want to talk about the same things all the time? No, you can have very different interests, but you at least want to have a platform of communication. And so, yes, there are things that you need to bring to the table besides the stereotypical cooking and cleaning, besides who can really cook these days. But most men will take a woman who can't cook, but cares and loves them enough to put some wings in the air fryer and press the power button. Okay, you don't need to be extraordinarily talented and old school to find love right now, but you do have to show that you care. Now, as for the things that men can provide, or rather what women desire men to provide, they want physical protection, they want financial protection, and they want someone who will listen. They don't want a do-boy, not go ahead and get this done now because I said so, but just, can you sit there while I explain what I'm feeling and how intense I'm feeling it? And if you can, that's wonderful. Sometimes we do need problem solving. That is not most of the time that we express our feelings to our partners, because if we wanted to fix it, we kind of would have, right? There are times where you just want to connect with your partner and you want to say, hey babe, oh my goodness, this was absolutely ridiculous and it stressed me out beyond belief and I just couldn't wait to come home and tell you about it and lay in your arms. These are things that women care for. Physical protection doesn't necessarily mean that you got to be the buffest guy out there. Does it help? Yes, but only if you know how to use it. If your body is not trained to be a weapon, then looking hot is not going to save me if I get attacked in an alleyway. I do not think men should be risking their lives if a woman is mouthy. Okay, let's say that. But I do think, yes, women want to know if I get ran up on, hopefully the one that I love is going to be able to do something to help me out. And if a man can't physically combat someone because he isn't trained in martial arts, because not every guy has time to go to the dojo, then you can learn some simple weapon handling. These are just very broad ideas on what women crave. The financial protection is basically, can I count on you to pay the bills consistently? Maybe not all the bills. Some women want a man to pay all the bills. Some women want a man to pay most of the bills. Some women want a man to pay half of the bills. Almost no woman wants a man to pay no bills. But if that's your relationship and you can work it out that way, fine, who am I to judge? Anomalies exist, that's why they're called anomalies. For the average person, that's not usually the case. So let's talk about average a little bit more. I do see these extraordinary standards from women, but when I see them from men, what I see the most that's boggled my mind is that they want a chaste woman who is not well slept, but can rock his world in the bedroom. That doesn't make any sense. If she hasn't been promiscuous, and that's not to say that maybe she didn't have a long-term committed relationship in the past to where she learned a lot about her body and the things that she likes and the things that that particular man liked. She's not gonna know that. Especially if you pick up a virgin, she's not gonna know how to rock your world. What kind of expectation is that? So do you want a woman who knows her way around the bedroom, or do you want a woman who doesn't know a lot but is willing to spend the 2 years that it's probably going to take to get to know each other's bodies and have a great time in the bedroom? Think about what you're asking for. And I'll even say that some men are wanting straight up virgins. Good luck finding one. I am all here for a woman saving herself for marriage. I understand that. I think that if that's your principle and you want to honor that, more power to you, sis. That's amazing. That's not going to be most women. A lot of men in the red pill and the manosphere online, they dog on modern women. Riddle me this. How could you be born a woman in the modern era without ending up a modern woman? Most of us that are modern women have to reprogram ourselves. Feminism is very pervasive in our culture, and the societal standards of what average was are lowering. So we're all sort of regressing as a society. Some of these are my opinions, but if you go out there and you look like, woof, I think I'd rather have been dating in the 80s when people still had some sense and the food was not making everybody a double-wide trailer. That's what I think. That's what I think. Sorry if it hurts. We really just have to stop having absurd standards. And if you're going to have an absurd standard, don't be a hypocrite. You want a woman with abs? Go get some abs. You want a high-earning woman? Go make some money. You want a gregarious person? Be gregarious yourself. Don't ask for what you can't give. And there are plenty of average people out there that are married and holding this country down and having kids. Don't turn down an average earner. I don't understand that. But if I was a single woman and I had a good man come up to me who was an average earner, maybe he was making $60,000 a year, maybe $40,000, but on his way somewhere, demonstrably on his way somewhere. Why would I say no to that? Just really think about what is turning you away from possibly your future husband. He was too short, he was too tall, his ears were too big, his nose was too big, too small, his shoulders weren't broad, he was too skinny, he wasn't buff enough. These are people, and it's the same thing with men. And I do see lately quite a bit of women bashing going on. I understand the resentment, especially if you've been played time and time again by women, and I understand the family courts are pretty bad when it comes to men. But you can't brush all women with that broad stroke that they're out there to go and get you, because you will not be able to meet a wife if you harbor that much anger and resentment in your heart. I wouldn't want to be with a man that hates women, and that is most women. And so if a wife is what you're looking for and you're going through that red pill rage, go through it, but then regroup and figure out, okay, what does a good woman look like? And what is a good average woman? If you are average, don't conflate your importance. Men and women are really doing this thing where they think they're way better than they are. Again, how great you are, that's subjective. Even in the most top-notch looking relationships, there's a lot of averageness going on. Average sex drives, average eating habits, average time management skills. It's more average than you think, guys. That's all I had to say. I hope I hit on some really good points for y'all. And if I didn't, let me know in the comments below. What did I get wrong? What did I get right? What should I talk about next time? I just wish a happy, healthy, sexy marriage for most everyone out there. If you want it. I want that for you. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.